Hey friends, it's Miss Kathy. Well, sometime today or tomorrow, at some point, you guys are going to get this Fun with Frog activity kit. There's a lot of fun activities to do in here, and I wanted to show and explain some of the things to you and give you some ideas on how to use the materials. So, let's see. So, bubble wrap. Bubble wrap is really fun because you can put it on the ground and hop, hop, hop like a frog and make the bubbles go pop, pop, pop by jumping on it just like the frog does. So that's a super cool idea. You can also use your fingers if you don't want to hop like a frog on it. The next materials we have are some lily pads. We have a small lily pad and we have big lily pads. And we also have a sunshine plate. You can put these down on the ground and hop over them. You can hop over them, you can step over them, you can walk around them, just like we do in class with different obstacle courses. So this is really good gross motor. You could even take them outside to use them. You have some green Play-Doh. I also want to challenge you guys to go outside and find some nature things to make with this green Play-Doh. So like you could get some sticks and make a frog out of the green Play-Doh, or you could use the green Play-Doh as grass and find some little rocks and pretend that they're frogs, or you could make a whole new nature scene just with little leaves, little flowers and twigs and put them together in the Play-Doh. Then you have a bag of arts and crafts stuff that I'll show you in a minute, and a bag of some learning materials that have all different kinds of fun games in it. I also included some sidewalk chalk so you can go outside and draw squares, circles, triangles, stars, hearts, any shapes, and hop like a frog from shape to shape. You can also practice putting lines and seeing how far you can jump, like you're a big frog with a super jump, and you can jump, mark the line to where you land, and see how far you can jump and see if you can beat your best job each time. Also, you have your very own green frog, which you can use with the lily pads. You can also use your frog with some of the games in your learning packet. I think he probably would like to play with the Play-Doh as well. I'm going to put the frog here on my leg because I'm going to show you another activity you can do with him later as well. So we have our lily pads that we're going to put back in. Then in one of the materials you have some sheets. This sheet is really cute because you can use your scissors and cut it into squares and make your own book and color the frogs that have the color word match. So for instance, right here it says red. So I would take my red marker and color this frog red. And then when you're done, you can cut the book into little squares and make your own frog color book. Some of you even got some frog shapes that you can practice your color, maybe practice cutting and gluing. I bet you'll look and find something with your name. Here's my name. You can trace over top of it and practice your letters. You can do it multiple times and then also put a piece of paper over top of it and trace as well. Then this book is super fun. You can take lots of time over the next week or so and color it. It's to one of our favorite songs, Five Green and Speckled Frogs, which we're going to sing later on another video. But it's your very own book that goes through all the logs that are sitting on the frog, all the frogs that are sitting on the log. And that's your very own book. You have another fun book in there as well that's called The Hungry Frog. And on each page, this hungry frog has a very long tongue. And you'll have some bug stickers that you can stick on his tongue. On this page, you would stick just one bug sticker. But it's going to get bigger and he's going to need more and more bugs. On this page, he'll want 3 bugs on his tongue. Once you're all done giving the frog his lunch in this book, you can keep it and read it over and over. Then, let's see, we had our bubble wrap. Also, there's this book. This is a really special book that kind of shares about wearing a mask. I'm going to read it later and talk some more, but it's in there. So make sure you check out the other video that we share the story of this book, and we'll share a little bit about masks. So that's in there. And then let me get to our crafts. So one of our crafts is going to be a frog puppet. With your frog puppet, you can take the bag. You can either paint the bag with the paint that's included, or you can color the bag with crayons or markers and make your frog green. You can use green paper to make arms and legs if you want. You can make your own kind of eyes. This is really fun. You can make a curly, cute tongue for him to catch the flies with. And then you have your very own frog puppet. And you can go around and try to catch flies. I even put some stickers in there that you can make your own speckled frog by giving him some speckles on his body. You can make it any way you want. It's your own frog. You could even make him purple or pink. Totally up to you. Then there's this silly frog, which mine looks a little sillier than yours is going to because I have my big hands. But you're going to paint the back of the plate that's in your bag green. You've got your own green paint in there and your own paintbrush that you can keep and use over and over again. So after you paint your plate green and it dries, you can glue on some of the circles or the googly eyes to make your own eyes. Give him a nose and a mouth. You'll have a tongue. You can give him a curly tongue too, or you could give him one of the felt tongues. Now to make his little silly frog legs, you need to use the green paper and trace your hand. If you fold it in half, you can trace both your hands at the same time. Then have someone help you cut them out and glue them on, and you get your very own silly frog that uses your handprints. So that's the other craft that we had. I want to show you another game that is in the kit. So this is an alphabet sheet. We have all the letters from A to Z. There's a couple things you can do with this. You can play a game where you use your green frog that you have. Mine hopped away. And you could say, Mom, Dad, can you play the alphabet game with me? And then they might say, can you please put your frog on the letter G? And there you go. Or could you please put your frog on the letter A? Just like that. You could also do it to spell your name out. So like if this was mine, I would go C, A, and then on the back, the next page, which I'll show you a little later how to put it together, you would go T, and then an H and an I. So that would be another thing. And you could even practice maybe finding the letter of your last name or a letter for your mom's name or your dog's name. But what you can do with this paper is you can cut out your letters. You can cut them in big squares, or you can cut each square out, and then you can glue them to this purple paper, and you can make a big letter mat. And it's up to you how you want to put them together. But you'll be able to fit all the letters together on this letter mat. Another fun thing to do is use your jumping frog. Some of you have a jumping frog and some of you have a stretchy frog that you can put down, and you can have him jump and see what letter he's going to land on. And the stretchy frogs, you can kind of stretch them and let them go and see what letter they land on. And then when they land, you can say, mine landed on the letter G. So another fun thing I think is to do is to just use a plain piece of paper and use your frog and mark how far he jumps each time. So put him on the starting line, have him jump, and then mark where he lands. That's another fun game to see how far you can make your frog jump. So I think that's pretty much everything that's in the kit that you have picked up. But in the other videos, there's going to be a story time with some good books and a couple songs. And then I also put together a music list with some favorite frog songs that we like to sing. And I think I also put a couple YouTube clips in there that you can look for some videos about frogs. So I think you're going to have lots of fun, and I can't wait to see some pictures from the creations you made. See you soon.